Good morning and welcome once again to Rally Trades Market Review. My name is Victor. Please, I would like to sincerely apologize for starting this review very, very late. And thank you so much for your patience thus far. My sincere apologies for starting very late. So we're just going to start right now so we can have this review. So sorry about the delay. So sorry for that. Right? So, please, if you can hear me, so that we'll just be very fast in this review. If you can hear me, please, I would like a response with an emoji or a type on the chat box with yes. It will be very, very helpful. If you can hear me, please indicate so that we can just quickly go ahead. All right, thank you so much for your responses. I really appreciate it. Mr. Felix, nice to have you here again. All right. Okay, so since our time is already, you know, fast spent, just see what we can do for the rest of today. So I think yesterday we were looking out for one or two strategies, but someone asked a question, and I think by answering that question, you're welcome, sir. I kind of used it for our analysis, which was supply demand. But let's see what we can have for today. You're welcome. Let's see what we can have for today. Well, first of all, we look at um our fundamental analysis from Forex Factory. You'll notice that one of the major instruments traded, Euro as well as the USD, we have bank holiday for the US dollar. Now, normally when you have bank holiday, it's either the currency is weak or basically it's not really strong. But occasionally, when it comes to the US dollar, we find out that the US dollar can become strong, which we are currently experiencing this morning. The US dollar is, really strong at the moment. Compared to yesterday, while we were analyzing the market, when we have the likes of Euro USD pulling up, USJPY going to the downside, and even GBP JPY, even though it's not related. But let's see what we can have today. So for the USD, you're not going to be bothered about some fundamental news today. Then we are also expecting major events from Euro all day, the German prelim CPI. Now, it's not stated exactly when the news will be out. Is all day. It's expected any moment, So we are watching out for that also for Euro. Then the Australia dollar, Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Bullock speaks. It's not a data news. So it's either going to be hawkish or dovish. It is hawkish, is very good for the currency, so it's going to gain strength. And if it's dovish, it's bad for the currency, which we wouldn't know right here. All right. So majorly, you can decide to trade the news or you can decide to just keep it out. But I prefer, since it's like this today, let's look at what our technicals can just give us for today. All right. So yesterday, I think right about this level here, let me see. I think right about this level right here, we were looking out for what was going to happen. And because the dollar was very weak yesterday, so we're looking out for sell, even though price is at a very, very good resistance tone support, right? The previous support, which supported, broke it and became resistance, broke it again and it was support. But unfortunately, due to the weakness of the dollar, that level was also broken again. Now, the same level right here is now looking at becoming a resistance. If you will notice, the same level is looking at becoming a resistance. But all things being equal, if it remains like this, I say that this resistance will be broken. All things being equal, I envisage a break of this particular resistance level right here. So, but until it breaks, I'll be looking out for a bullish momentum because the dollar is fairly strong right now, right? But that being said, For some persons who want to trade the sell, you can trade the sell though, but please make sure you have your stop loss somewhere above, just to be safe. Just to be safe, all right? Because dollar is the base currency right here, and dollar is fairly strong. You can see it 80% strong, and the US, the JPY is like 27%. It's even climbing 81. All right, so you can see, and all things being equal, if it remains the same, like I said, I expect much more bullish momentum, especially if it remains strong up until the New York session later in the afternoon today. Okay, I do not expect the USD/JPY to go below yesterday's low. This was the lowest point of yesterday. So even if price drops to this level, I don't expect it to go below this level. Right? I don't expect it to go below this level. So I'm looking out for buys around that particular level. That's for USD/JPY. I think it's quite straightforward this morning. Good, next. Okay. So let's see what's happening to dearly beloved gold. All right, so yesterday we're expecting price bullish. I think our analysis yesterday was that price should be bullish. Let me see. Oh, I think I canceled out that chart. Would have seen where we marked. Okay, it's all right. Okay, so we were anticipating a further bullish. You will need a file installed on your charts for the currency meter. You need the file installed on your chart. You can't find it where you have your indicators. You can't. You'll find it at Control N, somewhere around here. Right? You see it right here. Okay. So you need a file installed on your chart, which can be sent to you, or you also need to know how to install it. But if you don't have the currency strength meter, you can always use this livechart.co.uk. Did I send you the link yesterday? Did I? Let me send you the link. So you can see that USD is very strong and the JPY is weak. Among all the currencies, you see that USD is strongest, followed by like Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar. But the weakest are CHF, AUD, JPY. Let's see, CHF, AUD, JPY, the weakest ones. Let me install this. Okay. Okay, so see CHF, AUD, JPY. Where's Euro? Let me see. Oh, Euro. Let me refresh this chart again. Well, the strongest are USD CAD, NZD USD, USD CAD, GBP USD, then NZD USD. Okay, so I prefer actually this one. Give me a true reflection to it, but you can also have that one also. I think I posted it. I posted it on the chat yesterday. I did. Let me also drop it on the chat again today for everyone. Okay, you have the link to that website I just used now. Okay. All right, so for gold, let's quickly, there's no time. We're almost out of time. So for gold today, like I said yesterday, we'll be looking, gold has been bullish for a while, then turned bearish, but now it's looking bullish again. Now, this is my 4-hour time frame. Okay, so if you notice, like I said, gold broke this particular level. Okay, so I was expecting it to get to this level, which it did. It did, and just started moving back up smoothly like that. Then also this particular level right here, this particular level right here. So what I'm doing is I'm picking out the major point of reversals, You know, so price got to this point, bounced and started bouncing off. Now, this is the initial support. There was a break of support around here. This was a false break, but price later went back inside. I noticed that almost respected that level, broke it back, came back inside. No. So now price is already above that level again. It's already above the level. It came above the level yesterday. Now it's around that level. So I expect gold to still pick up momentum. Although one of the reasons why it's not picking up is because the dollar is actually very strong right now. But all things being equal, I still expect gold to be bullish for today. I still expect gold to be bullish for today. All right. Still expect gold to keep being bullish for today. At least gold should be bullish for today. If the list is it should get to this level, and if we have a good day, a good bullish day, then I expect gold to also get to this particular level right here. Although this is how it's going to look like. This level is a supply level for gold based on our supply demand. If you were here in the review yesterday, you would understand what I said. I told you that when you have for supply, when price is going to the downside, there's a particular pattern you see that tells you that sellers are massively in the market right now. But the good thing is that they cannot sell everything all at once. All right, so they will aggressive sell off, then they will relax, allow price to pull up back, then they continue the sell. Now, how do you know where the sell is going to happen again? Now, I need 1, 2, 3 consecutive explosive or decisive candles. By explosive candles, I mean a candle that the body of the candle covers more than 70% of the total range. I think I've said that enough, right? Something like this. So if you see this candle now, the body of the candle covers more parts than the entire range, including the low and the high. Now, this one covers nothing less than 50%, so it's still decisive candle. This one the same. This one also the same. Now, this is an explosive candle because the body of this candle covers more than 70% of the entire range, at least 70%, including the high and the low. Okay, so I need more of these kind of candles, but this ones also suffice. Big candles. Okay, now what you do is you look out before this massive move down here, the candle before it, should be an indecisive candle. It should be a candle whose body is less than 50% of the entire range. That means if you look at this candle closely, the body of the candle covers less area, less than 50% of the total range, including the high and the low right here. Okay. So now I need, before this massive drop, I need series of series of indecisive candles, or small candles. You see all of these candles like this, all of them, right? Now, it would have been better if it was flat. It would have been better if it was just ranging flat like this, mostly like this, and not really pulling up, but it's fine. So it just means that our area is going to be very, very large, okay? But I would prefer to just streamline it to this one right here. So I mark the high and the low, and I extend it to the future. So any day, any time, gold can find its way up here, I am going to be expecting some sales. All right, good. So now you have almost the same pattern here. I need like 3. You have 1, 2, 3, right? But compared to this one, these ones are much more significantly large candles than this one. All right, this is much more significant sell-off than this one. Okay, so this one is best for me. If you respect this one, it might not come down far. It might still go back to this major supply level. And if you look at this pattern, I have something similar right here. So the candle before the move started, I will mark the high to the low, and I extend to the future also. So these are my major levels of supply. These are my major levels of supply right here. So now, which one is good most likely to respect? Now, you most likely might never tell 100%, but the ones that are much more effective are the ones that price ranged, small candles or indecisive candles ranged before the drop is very, very effective. It means there's a lot of liquidity lying around there. Liquidity means money, means orders, right? So once price get there, there are a lot of orders there. Price fulfills a lot of orders and dump price again, right? So is much more preferable. I think this one is better than this one, right? So most likely have a sell-off from this level. Now, that is a recap of what we talked about yesterday. You prefer it on your chat or in browser. Okay, I'll just talk to your account manager. Your account manager will send it to you. I think your account manager has it too. Because of the fundamental yesterday, which was not good for the dollar, I think it defied our supply demand yesterday for euro. So that's for gold. I still expect some bullish move to the upside until it gets either here. That's why I said it can get here and fall again, or better still, if it gets here, I'm not buying again. Okay. Then for euro USD, we had our now when price is on a downward trend like this, like price is moving to the downside, right? You are going to be using more of supply. But if price is moving to the upside, then you are going to be using more of the demand, right? The demand. There are different strategies to trade it. If the trend is a smooth trend, then we can be using our fib levels to trade. But if it's not a smooth trend, then we will be using something else. Now, for the past few days now, you've been seeing Euro USD push back to the upside, right? Euro USD has been pushing back to the upside. So is it that our downward trend is over? Because price obviously is breaking structure right now. Is breaking structure right now. There's a change of character. So if you see a high, a low, okay, a low, a high, a low, even a higher high, right? It's trying to create a low right here. So one of two ways, I can decide to use my Fibonacci from swing low all the way to swing high, from swing low all the way to swing high right here. Then I am targeting this level right here. In between my 50 and 61.8 retracement level, I'll be targeting this level for buys. Okay. Now there's fundamental for euro, which is going to be like all day, but we don't have fundamental for the US dollar, right? So hopefully price gets to this level right here, especially when it coincides with my trend line, then I should become bullish, given that our trend is now changing. Right, so you can see that previously a downward trend is now pulling back to the upside, right? So as much as possible, you want to follow what the market is doing. If you want to go against the market, there's always going to be trouble. There's going to be consequences. So just follow what the market is doing. If market is up, you want to buy. You just need that analysis to give you where your entry point for the buy is going to be. That's all. It's not as complicated as we usually look at it, you know. So this is what I'm expecting for Euro USD also today. If price can tap into this level right here, then I will become bullish. Now remember, how do I know if price will respect that level? You see this kind of sell candle, this kind of explosive candle, as earlier described. I don't want an explosive candle to enter my point of interest, like this place here, where I'm looking out to buy. Okay. So if on your chart, you can just draw your Fibonacci from this swing low, the latest swing low to the latest swing high. Right. So you mark out in between your 50 and 61.8 retracement levels and expect price to get there. Now, you don't want an explosive candle like this to get there. If it does, it means that there is a strong momentum for sell. Hence, it can just break this level and keep going to the downside. So you need what we call an indecisive candle inside this your point of interest here. Any small candle, basically a candle whose body is less than 50% of the entire range, like earlier described. So that kind of candle is what I want to come here. It tells me that price has slowed down and will possibly reverse back to the upside as I want. Okay, so that's for Euro USD. Then, I think yesterday also we were looking out for selling GBP JPY, which we did a bit and it ended up ranging. Let me see. So for today, GBP JPY is kind of looking bullish. So if I have now, because it's on a downtrend, right? Because it has been on a downtrend, I will do just the same simple thing I did, apply my fib level from the latest swing high all the way to the low. Now, this is not your highest, your high, it's just an insignificant retracement. as here. So I will be looking out for a continuous and a further sell in between my 50 and 61% retracement levels here. And I think it just tapped into that level and try pulling down. Okay, so all things being equal, if our trend is going to continue to the downside on GBP, JPY, then we should experience more sales any moment from now. Okay, we should experience more sales any moment from now. And I'm going to be targeting this lowest point here as my take profit for GBP, JPY. I think that one also is quite straightforward. So we looked at gold, Euro USD, GBP, JPY, USD, JPY. What else should we look at? I think we just finished GBP, JPY. Obasanjo, Adeola, we just did that right now. So I guess you have your take now, right? How do you know when the trend is changing? You will see it. It's clear. You will see it on your chart, right? So let's, we don't have much time. Okay, but let's see how much we can stay for today. So this is US 100 right now. Let's look at US 100. Yes, JP is strong, JPY is weak. That's not the first time. It will just do a little bit of retracement. That's where you have the retracement to the upside. But all of a sudden, you see it to break back to the downside again. Now, but let's do a little bit more analysis on this guy to know where there's a possible reversal. If I thought there's going to be a change in the trend for GPJPY, I'm on my daily now. I might have that change in trend right about this level right here. I might have that change in trend around this level right here, okay? Or if I use my trend line or my daily, let's see. Because most times, if either we have it from here, then we are still looking a bit downward. Yeah, so in my own opinion, we can still be bearish for a while, right? We can still be bearish for a while. Whatever you see, it's just a retracement to the downside. Now, like I said, when the trend is actively down, you don't really want to be buying because you will really, really have yourself to blame. And if at all, on a downtrend you buy, you are buying the retracement. And you are only lucky if the retracement is a massive one. That means massive retracement means that price going back all the way to the high. So it retraces back all the way to the previous high, which is this level right here, right? Before it starts coming back down. Okay, you were lucky, but that's not the real analysis. If you keep that up, you have more losing trades than winning trades. If you keep that up, you have more losing trades than winning trades. Okay, that's just how it's going to end in the long run. So we're at US 100. Luviano, good morning. That's our class rep in the Abuja office. Nice to have you here again. Right? Okay. Okay, we're doing US 100. Okay. Now US 100 has some massive dip right about this level here. Let me use my 4-hour to do that. So on my 4 hours, you'll have the first, the second. Okay. So you'll see the first time price started, the second hit right here, and we had a bit of false break. It tested but came back inside again. Now broke again, and now this time is failing to go back inside. But at the same time, you will also notice that we have an area of support right here. And on my 1 hour time frame, we've had series of almost break to the downside. Okay, so this is how it looks like, right? So that means that this guy still has some room to pull to the upside. All things being equal, it still has some room to pull to the upside. Now, if we are going to use our supply and demand strategy to trade this guy, you will notice right here, this the pattern I was talking about. The pattern I was talking about, we have it right here. right? Remember I said a very effective one is the one you have series of indecisive candles before the major move to the downside started. So you just mark the whole of those indecisive candles, right? The whole of them like this, and you extend it to the future, to the future, all right? Now, what you notice? You notice that the very first time you got there, you could see some sell-off again. Got there again, you could see some sell-off again. Now, there's a rule of thumb in doing this. When we say the first time it gets there and it respects it and comes down, we call it, it has been mitigated, like you have used it already, right? You cannot unuse it again. Now, you have used it again. It means that the more you use it, the less effective it will be in future. It has already been mitigated. It has done its job. Okay, so it respected it. I use it once. Highest, I use it twice. Once it gets there the third time, anything can happen. So I think I mentioned that yesterday, if you remember, or you go back to the yesterday's review, you notice where I mentioned something like that. So price respected it, that's mitigated it here. We had our winning trade. Came here, yeah, we had our winning trade again. Now, if it gets there the third time, anything can happen. Now, what took it out was that there was a gap up. There was a gap to the upside, all right? Now, that gap to the upside didn't meet another supply. You can see all the way down here, price is just moving choppy, choppy. There is no clear supply area right here. No clear supply area right here, like this kind of pattern or something similar. Nah, it's not really clear, right? Now, you will say, okay, something like this. We are working with this. This one caused this to happen to the downside, right? This caused this to happen to the downside. So you must identify the origin, right? First of all, before you know which one allowed which one to happen. Which one is the major one and which one is respecting another supply level, right? So that's one. So we can see that there was a clear gap up here, and that gap up was what pushed price to the upside. Now, if we continue extending this level right here, it can become what we call a flip zone. That means if price breaks our supply, notice that when it's gap to the upside, it came down here, took this as our support level now. So it's now a flip zone. Our supply is now trying to do the job of demand, but not really demand. It's becoming like a flip zone, right? So, but it was broken to the downside. Now, what made it to break to the downside? It just came back to an area where there's liquidity, which is we have, as price is pushing to the upside, it is pushing up, giving us series of higher highs, and higher lows also, which gives us a trend line to follow, right? It gives us a trend line to follow. Now, following that trend line, price just broke that level, came back to the trend line. So with all of this explanation now, from where price is currently, what do you think will happen? Should price come back down, or do you think price will most likely pull to the upside? It's an open question, and I will appreciate your responses. Upside, push back to the upside, or push back to the downside? From the analysis I just did, what do you think is most likely going to happen? Okay. Not in your chat. Upside. Somebody's not in my chat. Mr. Labor Day, you're not in my chat. Every other person can see my chat. Okay, pushing up, right? Good. All right. Every other person can. Probably you log out and you log in again. To the upside. Good. It's going to push up. Exactly. Now, if you know what you are looking out for, then you will know how to properly analyze your charts. Okay. So we are looking at price pushing up. We also, if you want to go further, you will just want to know if it pushes up, where is it going to push up to? Now, also, as it's pushing up, we have in an this level of supply has already been mitigated. So, but you know, the push to the downside again gave us a pattern which can suffice as our supply, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 candles to the downside. These two are good. Now you have series of indecisive candles before they push to the downside, isn't it? So that means we can have a an internal supply level. Internal. Internal supply level. That means price can go up, but it might not really go too far. might not go too far, except the momentum is strong enough to continue giving us series of higher highs, right? So this is where I'm expecting to get to, but if we are lucky enough, we have strong momentum, it should be able to push high to this particular level right here. But invariably, we are looking at pushing to the upside. Now, if at all price comes all the way back down, don't worry, it will push back up again because price is very, very close to our support levels than our resistance, right? So that is for US 100. Should we call it a day right here? It's already past 9. Oh, Airtel users don't really see my chat. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Perhaps you should try getting another network because since Airtel is not working, you need something else to see the chats. Mr. Victor, my namesake, or let me see. Euro JPY. Did we do that? Okay. Just one or two more before we go. Someone said Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Okay. Right. So let's see. This guy has been pushing to the downside smoothly. Is there any area? There is one, which is here, which price might get to, and reverse. So we still have a little bit more room for price to come to another major key levels. That means price can still decide to keep selling. And as it's selling down, it's selling to the downside, we are just going to be following price with our fib levels, which means I can do from swing high to swing low. For those who are the Fibonacci class I did, you remember, you would understand exactly what I'm doing smoothly. So what it is since I have a trend right here, which is a downtrend, I'm looking for sell opportunities. And how I can do that is after price goes from swing high, that means this was a previous support level. This was a previous support level, right? So price broke this support level at this point here to create a new low, right? So the move that broke this support started from here. So this is now my swing high, and this is now my swing low. So I'm expecting at least a 50% or a little more retracement for me to continue selling. So 50% means that's why I pick in between my 50 and 61.8. If you have it too close, it might just go hit your stop loss. So this is now my point of interest. So I'm expecting this to happen, push into this level, then we continue to sell. I am on the side of the market. So it favors me more. Like I'm on the side of the, I'm on the winning team. Right. So most times the winning team just wins. If at all the winning team loses, they don't lose often. They win more, right? So it means that if I keep doing my analysis this way, I will have more wins. This is the right way to do it. If you feel because some persons will be seeing this right now, this is a Euro JPY. So Euro is stronger than JPY. Oh, I expect it to keep pushing to the upside. Because of that, you are doing the analysis the very absolute wrong way. If it goes your way and you make profit, you are lucky. That's not the real analysis. You were just lucky. And if you keep it up, like I said, you will have more losses than wins, right? So expect price to tap into this level, then continue to the downside, at least all the way to this major point right here, before we can envisage a reversal. Now, as long as price is still giving me lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, even further lower lows, I'm still actively down. And if I'm going to use my supply demand to trade this, I don't have a good supply area right here. I don't really have a good supply because I don't have that pattern I need, right? But I have something similar here, but it's still not really perfect. But remember, there is a rule, which is price must range first. For it to be a good one, it has to range, and it did some range here before the dump. So if at all, it might even respect this level a little bit. It might respect this level a little bit, which is, you see all of this range right here, all of this range. Then if you extend it to the future, notice that it's kind of overlaps our point of interest we are waiting for price. So we have like a double coincidence. So there's a high tendency to respect this particular level. GBP is strong and APY is weak. Okay. Yes, indicators can be used on mobile phone. You can even use this Fibonacci smoothly on your mobile phone. Yes, it's there. USD card D40. Let me just give us just 2-3 minutes more and we're out of here. 2-3 minutes more and we're out of here. D40. Okay. This is my 4-hour time frame. And this is my 1-hour time frame. You'll see that price respected this level here, even though it's not very strong. But you see this pattern, a range before a massive dump. If we take this range to the dump, you'll notice that price just gave some respect to it. Respected the level right here. Now, someone will say, what about this one? There was a range, then there is a dump. It's not a, there's a criteria for it, okay? There's a criteria. This kind of candle is what we need, not this type of candles, not this kind of candle, right? So that's why it's respecting this and really not this. So is it this supply level has been mitigated once and is back there again? So there's a high tendency that it can, respect it. But like I said, the rule is if it happens once, if you also have it happen twice, that's all. The third time, it might not really work out. So this is the second time. So there's a high tendency that it can respect it. So if you are going in for a sell, just make sure you have your stop loss somewhere above to be safe. That's all. That is absolutely all. Or you want to say, okay, this is my recent high for D40 right now. This is my recent high is not that far, somewhere. This is your recent high, but there are also another double top right here. So you can decide to wait for price to come all the way up to this level. And if at all it's going above here before you can exit the market. Well, I think it's respecting it. Anyone who has entered already should be in profit by now. That's it. So I think we're done for today. We are so done for today. Mr. Victor, my namesake mentioned. Mr. Victor mentioned oil. We've been having major crisis for the oil. Oil should technically be bullish, but fundamentals play a key role in oil. Oil has just tried for a while to respect this support level right here. I've been trying for a while to respect this support level right here. So I think if you would want to take a buy, you probably just want price to be very close to support. Then we have an internal support level right here, which price is just trying to take liquidities. We have an internal support level right here. So there can be a buy here, but the major buy most likely start from here. So that is for oil. And then the person who mentioned USD CAD, think we are still, it gave a break of structure, but it resumed that bullish momentum. And yesterday, if you remember, we were looking out for our swing low to swing high. and we've been expecting price at this level right here. We've been expecting price at this level right here. So since price did a false break, comes back inside, so I still expect price to still push to the upside. Still expect price to still push to the upside, all right? So Canadian dollar is giving us some really strong vibes, okay? But all things being equal, still expect price to push to the upside. Worst case scenario is price comes back all the way to our low right here. And if you also see your chart clearly, every pattern is being accounted for. We have a double top right here, which is currently stopping price from going further down. So yeah, it looks more to the upside for the Canadian dollar. Thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm looking forward to you having a very, very profitable, peacefully profitable day. Everything should be in blues. All right. See you tomorrow again. Um, have a lovely day. Thank you so much.